Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So guys, I'm not a teacher, I'm just a former layout artist, and so I have my knowledge on graphic design, and I've seen a lot of people struggling on their on the Facebook page, DIY Advanced, from beginners to advanced, and I just wanted to give you my share with you my knowledge on graphic design. I have this book, it's called Design Basics for Creative Results. I think it's an excellent book. I'm gonna link it below on the description box. So I'm just gonna read you a little bit of some of the subjects that are very important when you're trying to do your own label. Give you a few tips and tricks on how to begin to do your labels. Okay, guys? So stay with me, and I'll be right back. Yes. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this video is going to be kind of different, guys. I'm not going to be testing any candles today. I just want to talk to you about some postings that I've seen on the group, DIY Beginners to Advanced, on the Facebook page. And that is people having issues with their labels, designing their labels, and just asking people for feedback. And I've taken the liberty of helping a few of you guys. But I just wanted to give you like a little bit of a background where I come from. I used to be a production artist for People Magazine and People Style Watch in New York City. I retired back in 2014, and I decided to go to become a hairdresser. So I have I went to beauty school, Paul Mitchell, and I got my cosmetology license. So anyway, okay, so that put aside, so I decided to go and give the candle making a try. So I went to YouTube. I started following. I started watching a lot of posting from Jeff Stanley, and that's how I found the group from for Facebook, and I was hooked immediately. So I started making my own candles almost a month now. So, but in the meantime, while I go through this learning process, I just want to share with you guys my knowledge on graphic design. Being that I have the experience, I just wanted to help you guys out, help on how to look at a design on a different way. Sometimes less is more, and I think that I've seen a lot of I've seen a lot of postings, a lot of labels that are very busy, and just look at this graphic in here, at this image. Look at how simple it is, but look at the message that it gives you. The lower part, this is the eyebrows, whatever. But look how amazing that, how much impact this graphic can give you. So the same thing with labels. Labels, you have to think about, people when they browse, when you go to a store, and you go looking through different clothes, or when you go to a gallery and look at the different paintings, and all of a sudden, like, you stop and you look at something that you like, something that attracts you. You have to think about, you only have like a fraction of a second to get people's attention, and if you put a label that it has a ton of stuff, a ton of graphics and typefaces that are very hard to read, like cursive typefaces, like the new ones that you see in Canva all the time, those are hard to read, and so people the eye gets so busy that it doesn't want to focus on anything. I just goes into the next one. So that's when you lose a client. That's when you lose a sale. So that's why it's very important to make it very clear what you're selling. You have to make, when you do your whole concept of the label, okay, what's gonna catch people's attention the most? Of course, it's gonna be the scent. The scent, because people are attracted to scent. People relate to the scent, to memories, to good times, and that's what attracts people to buy. It's when you go to the store and you see different perfumes, people love looking at the packaging, and right away they just go to see, okay, what's the name of this perfume? Because I want to try this, and that's what attracts people the most. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a few samples of what I'm talking about, and I'm gonna be looking through the book, and I'm gonna be pointing out, and I'm gonna show you. Okay, guys, so just give me a few seconds. I'm gonna look for some different graphics so you can get my point. Okay. Book. It's called Design Basics, and I really think you should all maybe take a look at this kind of book, of designing book, so you have an idea of what I'm talking about. It's going to help you out on deciding what kind of labels you want to make, what kind of design you want to make, and it's very simple to understand, guys. And I want to read to you a few of the subjects that this book has that is going to be able to help you out. Okay. In the meantime, let me just start the computer so I can see the different design levels and the different challenges that you're having. Okay, I'll be right back. So guys, I see one question that comes into mind in here. One of the most important aspects that you need to remember, guys, when you do labels on any kind of merchandise, go to whatever website you need to get. You must get you must meet all the requirements that the government issues for the information that you need on your labels. You know, of course, so you need the name of the company. You need the description of the label. I mean, the description of the product. For example, you must write, if you're selling a candle, guys. Just by putting a soy mix, that's not good enough. You need to put soy mix candle or soy candle or natural candle, and you must write the weight of the wax that you use, not the weight of the vessel, or not counting the weight of the vessel. It's the amount of wax that you put in. That's what is required by law that you put in there. And of course, you have to put the warning labels at the bottom or anywhere. Yeah, so you have to meet all those requirements. Okay. Okay. So when it comes to design, guys. Sometimes less is more, you know. And just let me just read to you a few of the elements that I wanna let you guys know. I wanna make this easier for you guys to understand, because I know you're not graphic designers, but being that I have a little bit of experience, I mean, I work a few years in magazine, so I can give you whatever I acquire from them. You know, like I've been giving people advice. By doing sketches, you know, like this, like I do sketches, and I just take a picture and I just send it to them to give them some ideas or how can they make their labels better. You know, like I'm writing here things change that I think will improve your label. So again, because I have experience on what looks good, I have the eye. This is something that you have to train the eye, guys, to really become more efficient. So it's not gonna happen overnight. You know, I'm just giving you the principles. You know, but the first thing you need to do, guys. So all design, guys. It all starts with a good idea. Okay, a good concept or idea. You know, the best ideas are the ones that you always say people like it. And the best ideas create envy. Like people say, oh, how come I didn't think of that? Let me just move this slide. No, yeah. So like when people say, oh, how come I didn't think of that? That you know that it's a good idea that got across, that people got kind of envy of you, whatever. So that's you're gonna know that you got a good idea. Okay, be careful of not putting more than one idea in the same vessel, in the same label. Sometimes you have different ideas and then you want to just put all your ideas in one label, and that's gonna create conflict because one idea is gonna crash with the other one, you know. Sometimes when you have a specific idea that you want to create that kind of conflict, maybe that what you're looking for, that's so everything it's what you were planning for. So you're planning for conflict. By all means, just put all the ideas on the label. But if you want something to stand out, like usually is, when you're selling a product, you want to sell the product. You don't want to sell that. You don't want to sell like, for example, if you're selling soap, candle, and melts, you don't want to put the information on the label that includes soap, candles, and melts in one label. No, you have to specify, again, you're selling the candle. The melts, that's another label. The soaps is another label separate, okay? So that's what I'm talking about. You have different ideas, but you have to concentrate in what you're selling. You're selling the candle, okay? So just stick to that. Okay, so everything, all designs begins with a format. It's like when you're baking a cake, just designing the shape of the vessel. Like for example, if you have a jar, so and you're making a label for this jar, guys. So you have to decide whether you want to make your concept again. Whether you want to make a circle, or you want to make it a square, whether you want to make it a transparent label, so that therefore you're only going to have like a type showing through. So you have to think of all that. The vessel is like, where, for example, if you want to bake a cake, let's say if you want to make a pound cake, you're not going to bake a pound cake in a square mold. Yeah. When you want to make a cupcake, you're going to make a cupcake molds. So that's what I'm talking about. You're gonna need to figure out what kind of shape you wanna use on the label. Let's say, for example, I want to do a circle in here. Okay, so that's the beginning. That's the beginning of the labels. So this is gonna be called a format. Okay. So this is the first task you need to address before you start doing your concept of the label. Okay. Like it says in the book, the first task before beginning any design is to decide the size and the shape of your format, the label. This is the label, the round, okay? It could be the square, it could be triangular, it could be any shape you want, but that's going to be what's going to be contain all the information. Okay, next, if you're working in a computer program, place all the elements that you want to be on the label, all the information, paste it on the pasteboard. You know, so like on Canva, you can just do 2 pages, do 1 page below or above, and then just put all the text. You know, just put all the elements like on Canva, and then just put in the other text. Just put in the company name, St name, weight, more info. So you put all that information in another page, so then you can start grabbing the different elements, and then you can just start placing them inside your label, okay? But just it's good for you to have a visual also of the information that you're gonna need to have in here. Again, make sure that you have all the information that you need by the government, separate in another space. So you know, okay, you must have all this information has to fit inside that circle on there. Right. Okay, let's see. Now I'm gonna show you guys. I'm trying to make this very easy for you. I'm very simple. I'm jumping ahead. I got this from the book, but I'm just jumping ahead to make it easier for you. I don't want to start like going crazy. But I need to explain to you the 4 primary design elements. Number 1 is the lines. One of the simplest of all the elements is a line. A line is a great organizer. It can be used to decorate, to create a mood, and to connect or divide other elements for better communication. Okay, guys. So yes, it's very important for you to know that. You know, it's if you want to be organized and you want to make everything like for example, like if you want to put like lines to separate like company name, and then you put in here another line, and then you put in here the cent, and then you want to put in here another line, and then you put in here the weight, and then you want to put in here, and then you put in here info for the product. So you see how the line, it gives all the elements its own real estate, its own space. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to communicate to you guys in a very simple way. Lines can be great organizers. Okay, you don't have to have the lines put in there. You can always do. You don't have to be using lines. You can always put like, instead of a line, you can just put dots. You know, instead of a straight line, you can just do like a squiggly like that. You know, and again, and then or you can put intermittent lines. You know, it doesn't have to be like straight line like that. So just play with that. You know, just want to make sure that all the information is there. Also play with the alignment. Everything should be aligned, meaning like the equal spacing in between them to make the eye easier to read. Okay, let's see. Lines are also very important on a design, because I'm gonna show you a picture that I took, and I'm gonna show you on the board. So these are different kinds of lines, guys. The first one, this one here. Example A. The placement of the line creates a calm mood, very calming, while line B line B shows the same line. Its position and placement suggests a more active feeling it's going up or going down, depending on the feeling you want to give. The lines in C suggest, in this one, suggest organized activity, while the curved line on D gives a flowing feel. Like you see, it gives like more movement. So that's what I'm trying to say. So you can also create these different design elements depending on the lines. You know, if you want to create like a different feeling on when you put the name of the scent, and let's say you want to put some lines to give some movement to the name, you can just put lines in here like this. Right next to the name, so that will give like a sense of calmness, you know, movement. And that's what I'm trying to say, guys. So just play with lines. Primary design principles. So I hope you're getting all that I'm telling you guys. I'm trying to make this as easy as possible to help you out. So, okay, so let me just... Primary design principles. Number one is balance. Feels organized and evenly balanced. Sometimes it can benefit from purposely appearing unbalanced. Again, so let me show you on the book. Design principles. The first one is balance. A design can create a mood simply by feeling organized and evenly balanced. Sometimes a design can benefit from purposely appearing unbalanced. So what this means is like, okay, let's see, we have a level here. So sometimes you have in here the type, and then you put in here a line, then you have in here a type, and then so what I'm trying to say is like, you know, you have like two different units the same, and then you have the center is the same, so everything is balanced because everything has its own spacing, real estate. You see, this is smaller type, this is bigger type, and this is smaller type. But it balances out because the spacing, the type fills the space. The type doesn't have to be the same size to look organized. That's or balance. Okay, the other design principle is a contrast. So a contrast means it's like, for example, let's say you have in here, let's use this in here. So for example, let's say if you want to make this black in here, the background, and then you put the name in here in white. So that gives a contrast, you know, because that gives the eye like, oh, okay, so it goes into the center because that's the main focus of point. Is like, you know, that's where you see the contrast going more. So that's what I'm trying to say about contrast. I'm trying to make this easy for you. Okay, the unity is a skillful placement of elements within your design to create order or to make a statement. Several different elements from lines to type that looks and helps the design to feel visually organized. So you see here, everything is organized, everything has unity. Value and color, both value and color can be powerful communications of mood. They can also provide order to a design and emphasize important elements. Yeah, so this has balance of value and color. Again, very simple design that I just want to explain to you guys. So I don't expect you guys to become graphic designers. Okay, I want to tell you guys, let's see what I have next in here on my notes. Now let's talk about the big T. The big T is type. Okay, type is a crucial element for any design in which appears, and is used in most graphic designs. Type is perceived by the viewer in several ways simultaneously. The text as a text to read, a shape, and its pure visual element to which the letter forms themselves convey. Type can create a mood. For example, when in various typefaces, even a single letter such as lowercase a can invoke different feelings. When the letter form is flowing and curvaceous, a feeling conveyed is softer than the feeling communicated when a letter form is angular and hard-edged. For example, you have a lot of these fonts that just gives you like a letter A, and then you have the other font that has like very linear, you know, like very straight forward lines. This is more softer because it gives you the flowing, the movement of the curve or the curves, you know. This one is doesn't. It's more rigid because it has straight lines going across like that. So that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, using the type well means communicating appropriately in various ways. To type well means using it appropriately to communicate, taking into consideration the various ways it will be perceived by the viewer. Okay, yeah, so you have to experiment on what kind of feeling you want to give the consumer. Experiment, you know, and I've seen all these types on Canva now, and to me they all look the same. So, okay, so I'm gonna show you an example of what kind of feelings the type can give you, you know. I'm gonna show you the words that are in contrast, synonymous is peace and war. And I'm gonna show you the different feelings they can give you by showing the different types. So this is in here, the sample. So let me just write it to you. Can you see it? Yeah. Choice of typeface depends in part on the content of the text. While the Helvetica typeface on the top is an adequate to communicate either idea, notice how the words take on an added meaning when setting an appropriate typeface. Also notice how jarring an inappropriate typeface can be. You see? This gives you, this relays the message very clearly. This softens the message because it's more calming, more flowing. This is the wrong, really. It means like it's very hard to read, very like conflictive. So, you know, it's this one, the clear message, the calming message, and this one's very controversial. Okay, so that's to show you the power of type. The same as this one. You know, look at the message it gives you. I don't have to explain to you. It's obvious. Okay, guys. So this is, so you can see the power of type. The power. Okay, so let's keep talking. Sometimes type can be timeless or trendy. This typeface in here is like timeless. It's very easy to read. You've seen it all your life, and then you go to this one. This is like a new style of typefaces. This is like a trendy typeface. You don't even know if it's gonna be used as much like in 10, 20 years from now. So think about what you want to use, you know. For example, you know, we're doing labels for candles, so I think you can just experiment whatever type you want. It's not like we're writing a book, so just play with type, you know, you see what kind of feeling you get when you change the fonts. And have people give you the comment, the feedback, and yeah, that's what I recommend. Okay, let's see what else, guys. I hope I'm guiding you to the right trend. Okay, another thing that is very important, guys. I've seen people like squeeze the letters to make room to fit more. Letter spacing is very important. Let me show you. You see, it's much easier to read when you have more space than when you close it all together like this. This is very hard to read. So the eyes right away just keep that, and they just want, it looks for the an easier, more spacing like this. So take that into consideration and just play with your design, guys. You know, all I can tell you is start playing with the kind of label you want, you know. Personally, I really like to start like depending. It depends on also on the container that you're gonna have. If you have a tin can like this, of course you're not gonna be able to use a, what do you call it, a square like that. You're gonna be able to use, you have to use a rectangle. You know, just play with it. You know, just keep on with the theme of the candle. You know, it's all your brand. You know, if you have a logo, then you can just put the logo on the side like this. Logo. And then if you want, you can always put in here the name of the candle and the weight, and then you can put in the back, then you can put the warning label that you want, you know, so that people it's something that people are gonna be able to see because they're gonna be turning the candle, you know. And if you want it here on the top, you can put your logo on the top or the name of the scent, but don't repeat the same design from here to here. Don't overdo it. Just, you know, I would recommend for you to either put the logo in here, the logo in here, or you put in logo in there. So sometimes people want to put they overkill, you know, so that's not a good idea. Let me get something to erase this. No, so you either put the logo or the information on the top, or you put it in here, or you just put in here the name of the scent, and then you put in here the company name, the weight, and all the information that you need. So play with it, you know, it's so many different kinds of design. And again, like I told you, you know, use lines, you know, and just play with it. Okay, guys, so I hope I give you enough information to start with, you know, and okay, and I understand that you're not graphic designers, but at least I'm giving you like a starting point of just looking at the labels with a different eye, you know. Also, it's a good idea, guys, to go to Pinterest. Go to Pinterest.com, guys, and just do a search for candle labels, and it's gonna give you thousands of different labels, so you can get inspired by the different people out there, you know, and then just take a little bit an idea from here and an idea from there. I had to tell you guys that graphic design is all about copying everybody else, you know. It may sound like cheating, but it's not. That's the way it is. The art world is just about copying everybody else's concept and just tweaking it into your own. It's about the same thing about making fragrance. Just take the fragrances that are already made and then just tweak them. You know, you just tweak as you go, okay? So just, I hope this helps you out, guys. And if you have any questions or any other ideas, put it on the comments below. And if you like, guys, subscribe to my channel. You know, I'm here to help you guys. The same way I'm learning how to make candles. So I'm struggling with how to get soft tops using a 464 soy wax. Okay, guys, so I hope this video helps you a little bit. And when it comes to label design, so I'm just gonna keep thinking about other videos that I want to do, that I want to do for you guys, so I can teach you my experience. And if you have any questions, just leave them down in the comment section below. Okay, guys, so until the next video, please subscribe to my channel and be well. Take care. Bye.